So what do you do when someone chucks you the keys to a car like that? Look at it, look at that. The grille, the badge, RS6 badge, look at that car. Now, let's put the camera in front of me. I have got a silly woolly hat on today, that's because it's freezing cold, but you don't give a about that. All you're bothered about is that car, which is all I'm bothered about as well, funny enough. It's a friend of mine's, this Stewart at Autodoctors in Luton. He's chucked me the keys and I've got it for a few days, so it made sense really to do a little video on it. I've driven it about half a mile, and in that half a mile I discovered a lot about this car. Stewart is adamant that after I've spent some time with this car that I will want to get rid of my GTR and buy myself one of these. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the camera set up inside and we're going to go for a little drive, but I'm going to pre-warn you, this car is loud, it's leery, and it's very, very different. I'll cover the wind muff. It's very, very different to a lot of the cars you've seen on my channel, alright? So let's get rolling with the intro and I'll see you in a bit. Right, hello. It's actually, well, as you can see, I've changed. I've also had a haircut. It is day 2 of filming for me, but that ain't gonna make no odds to you because it took about, I don't know, a few seconds for me to do what I just done. All my batteries were dead, memory cards needed formatting. I wanted to get a haircut because I want to look fresh for a video, and as you can see, I'm wearing a NAFCO 54 jacket. For those that don't follow me on Instagram, basically me and my brother have recently purchased the trademark for this brand, so we're going to be doing clothing soon, but that's a different subject altogether. You're here to see this car. So I have been driving it. I drove it last night, took it home last night, and I'm a little bit more used to it now. I say used to it, that's probably the wrong choice of words. I think I'm understanding it a little bit more because I don't think anyone could ever get used to this car. So, keyless start. Let's turn the radio down. As you start the engine, this screen pops up out the dash. That's very cool and sleek. I like that. Rev counter and all the needles sweep around, very nice. And as you can see, the interior is very, very nice. It's a lovely place to be. We've got quilted leather seats. They're like, what are they called? Are they like bucket seats? They're very well shaped, straight to your body. I like the look of these seats. That sounded really bad actually. I don't really want to explain a seat in that way, but you get the idea. They're cool seats. They look the part. That's all that matters. I don't know what shape they resemble, but they look amazing. All right. So I'm very happy with the seats. I'm happy with the way it drives. You haven't seen how it drives yet. So what we're going to do is we are going to put it into drive. Let the electric handbrake off. We're going to flick it over to manual mode because that's the mode that I prefer, and we're going to begin driving. All right. Hold on, there's a tunnel. Let's just get the window down. Very good entrance to the video. So that that sound, I don't know what that sounded like through these cameras, but in my ears, it just rattles your whole head, not just your eardrums. It's bloody ridiculous. The Audi RS6, if you was to buy a standard one from factory, they are a 4-litre V8 bi-turbo. They run at 550 brake horsepower and they do 0 to 60 in a little bit less than 4 seconds. That's serious statistics there. Let's turn the heating down because I don't want to cook. 1 second. Let's get that heating down. Because I'll start getting red face and looking like a raspberry, looking like the car. I don't want to look like a car. There's a police car there as well, so it's just as well that the heating was too hot, because otherwise I would have been going at silly speeds and license could have been on the line. But anyway, so standard one, and you know where I'm going with this. This isn't a standard one. A standard Audi RS6 does have a lot of power and it has a big V8 with 2 turbos bolted to it under the bonnet. This one, however, is a little bit different to most usual RS6s. It's running at 720 brake horsepower. So we've got a very, very similar setup to what's... It's very low, sorry, speed bump. That was speed bump face. Very similar setup to what Simon had on his BMW. If you didn't see the BMW M6 video, go and check that out after you've checked this video out, because that's also an immensely amazing car. 720 brake horsepower. It's got an Eventuri air intake under the bonnet, again provided by Evolve Automotive, and Evolve have done a tune on it to suit the mods that it's got. It's also got a Milltek turbo back exhaust, and that basically means the turbo's under the bonnet there, and Milltek produced every bit of escape pipe from the turbo out to the rear bumper. That's pretty impressive. With all of that in mind, knowing that it has got 720 brake horsepower, we're currently in dynamic mode, and it's got that silly exhaust system on it. We'll slow right down because we've got a bike in front of us, we've got a van parked on the side of the road, and we've got traffic coming in the opposite direction. We'll drive around this, and the Milltek exhaust makes a stupid amount of noise. Now I am going to demonstrate, preferably with a bit of vision of yours going on the exhaust pipes. So we're going to cut me out the picture in a sec, let you look at the exhaust pipes, and I want you to concentrate on the sound of this car, because the two things I want to really focus on with this car, there are two major things that I want to focus on. The first one is the sound, and I'll get onto the second one in a sec. So just enjoy this little clip of exhaust sound, alright? I'll get around this bend, I'll get on this straight, and we'll begin to accelerate. the sound, right, I know we should really be talking about power delivery, because the power delivery is phenomenal, but the sound, it's stupid. It, like I said earlier, it rattles your eardrums, it rattles your brain. I don't even think I need to mount a camera on the back bumper of this car, because you can hear plenty in here. Listen. I think this is the loudest car I've ever driven. I don't remember ever driving a car like Simon's car. Simon's going to be watching this now. Simon's car is extremely loud between gears. This is loud throughout the gears and then between gears as well. So the second thing I want to focus on with this car is something that I would say probably gets overlooked with Audi RS6s, is the way it looks. Like, seriously, why do people criticise the fact that it's like an estate car, or oh, it's an Audi? Okay, it might be supercar performance, but it's basically an Audi A6. You know, you get them people that say that. this is not just an Audi A6. Let's get something straight here, right? This car, you get S and then you get RS, okay? Now, an S6 is an exceptional car, don't get me wrong, it's a lovely car. But when you get an RS car, generally what RS do is they put a better engine in, they give it more power, they give it nicer seats, they do little things, you get badges everywhere to remind you that you're in an RS, not an A6 or an S6, and they give it performance of a supercar. Something else that RS, as far as I know, always do, there might be an exception to the rule, but they always do, is they put wide arches on every single arch. So some other manufacturers, German being, don't tend to do that, but Audi put it on all 4 arches, and now that is a huge bit of character. When you buy an RS Audi, you don't just buy a bloody Audi A6 estate car. This is not an Audi A6 estate car. In fact, although it does appeal to a family man with children, I don't even know if you would want to let any kids near it, because of the noise it makes, it would probably scare most children away. This is a sports car made for the driver. It's very, very focused on the driver. It is definitely, without a doubt, a driver's car. They've been doing this for many years now. The car is bloody perfect. Let's get past this huge tractor. Thank you, mate. Thank you very much. You have the option to put it into comfort mode, and whilst in comfort mode, in fact, let's try and do it. Let's try and put it into comfort mode. Press car. Click over to comfort mode. It's easy as that. Comfort. Straight away, the dampers are very calm. It's not rocking about so much. Flick it to auto mode, and like I said, we've got that 8-speed automatic gearbox. It puts the revs up, puts the gears up immediately, and we're straight away up into 5th gear, travelling at 30 miles an hour. It's a very calm car, so you do have the option to drive it sensibly and use it daily. But if you're like me and you want speed and you bought your RS car because you want to feel the performance, you'll have it in dynamic mode all the time. You'll never ever press that car button unless you're taking your nan out to do the food shopping. Every other time you drive it, let's just drop to second, you will find yourself doing this. This car is stupid. The very, very nice thing about this car, which is also very nice about my GTR, is the fact that it's 4-wheel drive. Another trait that the crackles out the back, it does that crackling thing like Lamborghini Huracans do. Another trait that Audi RS cars have, and every single one of them has it, is the Quattro system, which sends all the power to all 4 wheels. So you're full of confidence. Now don't get me wrong, it does slide, it doesn't constantly just keep getting them crackles interrupting me. It does slide if the road's a little bit damp, it will lose traction slightly, but generally it fills you with so much confidence. In fact, what we'll do before we end this video is we'll go back in this direction, because that's where this tunnel is again. You see it down there? We're going to get the windows down, my window, not yours. We're going to go in 2nd gear. We're going to go gently towards the tunnel, and then in 3, 2, 1. It is the most, the crackles out the back keep catching me out. Is it the most Larry? I suppose Simon's car is just as Larry, but seriously, this is an estate car, and it sounds like that. What is it all about? What's happening to cars? Now, I've got this thing with electric cars. I've got this I suppose a hate. Is it a hate? Or do I hate electric cars? Hate is a very, very strong word. I don't hate electric cars. I'm going off the subject slightly now, I know. But I'm a petrol head, okay? And I can't ever see myself being an electric head, but I know that that's the way the world is going. Eventually everyone on the road is going to be driving electric cars, I know that. But it's so sad to think that things like this won't exist anymore. The sound of a car is everything, and electric is rubbish. Now with this car, you have this option all the time. I could do that all day long. I could literally listen to that sound forever. I think the whole time that I've been driving this car, I've not once put the stereo on. I don't care what's going on the radio. All I care is what's going on at the rear end of this car. Everything you do, whether you touch the paddle on the steering wheel, you touch your foot on the accelerator, to any extent, the exhaust makes a different tone and a different crackle and a different bang. I think I'm done. I've covered everything. I'm very, very pleased with how this video's gone. It was a very easy one to film because the car basically done everything for me. This car entertained me, which meant that I didn't really need to entertain you. A lot easier. 720 brake horsepower, full Milltek exhaust. Loads of sound, loads of theatre, loads of drama. Exactly what we want in a car. And like I say, the two main things I wanted to focus on when I knew that I could get my hands on this car were the sound. Again, we'll give it some again. And the looks. I'm sick of people getting an RS6 in their mind and then saying, oh, hold on, it's an estate. Yeah, just go and buy a bloody MR2 or something, you boring old fart. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you appreciate all the bloody effort that I put into this video, because it was a lot. It took me a long time to film, to edit and to create this video. So I hope you enjoyed it. I know I definitely enjoyed it because the car's an absolute machine. And then answering the question that you probably all want to know, that I've been asked so often over the last few weeks. Calvin, would you sell your GTR and buy this RS6? Now I have got that available to me right now, and I actually have a friend of mine that wants to buy my car off me, and this car is currently up for sale. If I wanted to, I could never give this car back. That's a conversation for another day, I think. I don't think I'm going to answer that right now. I'm going to park up now and end the video there, but thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm pretty sure you did. Thanks to Stewart at Autodoctors in Luton, who also sells paint. He paints cars himself, but he sells paint as well. He owns a body shop there in Luton, so bear that in mind if anyone wants any paint work doing. And I'm going to do some parking now. Let's get the sensors out the way. Quickly. It's such an easy thing to drive. Handbrake on. So where was I? If you're new to me, if you've not seen me before, quick little brief on me. Right now I'm uploading a lot less than I was this time last year. The reason for that is because I film with a lot more cameras. I put a lot more effort into the videos I make. The editing takes so much longer. The filming takes loads longer as well. I put a lot more effort into my videos. So I've reduced the amount of videos that I'm uploading, but the quality will continue to rise, and I just want to make good quality videos. And I'm very selective as well about the type of car that I do videos on. So I want to kind of just only deliver exciting content. So when you know that I'm about to put a video on, you know that it's going to be bloody good. If you did like the video, I said that in an arrogant way. I don't expect that everyone's going to love my videos, because obviously there's going to be the odd person that don't. But that aside, if you did like it, do hit the thumbs up button. Obviously, if you're new, hit subscribe and give me a follow on Instagram to keep up to date when I'll be next uploading a video. For now, I'm going to leave you with some outside shots of this car, and I'm done. Bit of music, let's press play on the music and see you later.
On denial, touchdown, looking for the darkest street on the bay. Hoping to start a revolution, a revival. A few days in and he can already say San Francisco, I've been there before. I kicked down the door at those golden gates. It's San Francisco, I've been there before. So near to the shore, but so far away. Here we go, San Francisco, here we go, San Francisco, way. Here we go, San Francisco, here we go, San Francisco, Hey, dude, looking at a house stove through September. One room, blanket and a Bible, all that he had. Some days never saw the sun on streets so tender, and some nights they felt like fire, so kids going mad. Hey, San Francisco, I've been there before. I kicked down the door at those golden gates. Hey, San Francisco, I've been there before. So near to the shore, but so far away. Here we go, San Francisco, Here we go, San Francisco, ooh, San Francisco, Here we go, San Francisco, far away. Far away.
Oh bloody hell, just cut out. It's got auto stop start. Auto stop start on a 700 brake horsepower not a super estate car. It's pretty impressive.
Far away.